It's the ride to work. Yeah. So I was looking at the news this morning before I left for work and just reading about more of the buildup of armaments against the American public. Like I was saying yesterday, all that stuff we've used in all those countries all these years, it's all coming back on us now. All those weapons that have been developed are coming home to be used on the American public. And it's about the complete criminalization of everyone. We've militarized the police. You want to know one of the big indicators that you're living in a tyranny is when you start seeing police militarized. And this has been going on for 30 years now, so you can only imagine the armaments that the police departments have at this point. You know, we've got so many laws, tax laws, tort laws, all kinds of laws, all kinds, many times more laws than what you find at the first half of the Bible, well, the first 5 books of the Bible, many times more. Starting to appear to me as though the Bible is the law of liberty. The law of liberty because, well, we have 613 commandments as opposed to hundreds of thousands, nay, millions of laws written against the public. And our so-called rulers are exempt from those laws. Situation ethics. So, it has become quite clear to me exactly what the Bible means when it says, this is the voice of God talking through Moses here. He says, if you will not live according to my laws and my statutes and my right rulings, by which if you do them, you shall live. If you don't do this, you will put yourself under the laws of man, which you will not be able to live under. And I can see how that plays out. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to look it up for yourself and find out what I'm talking about. Because if you don't do these things that I ask, by which if you do them, you will live. If you do not do these things, then you will live under fear and under a whole list of grievous laws under which you cannot live. And it's true. It's true. I have witnessed this with my own eyes, that because of the inability the lack of people to be able to govern themselves, to live righteously according to the Torah, we are now subject to so many grievous laws, so many rules and regulations that it is nearly impossible to even have basic life without breaking some law or regulation. The control freaks are in control, and they want more control. They set up a matrix by which society breaks down and gives the state the license to come in and regulate and micromanage every bit of behavior. We are being run by Lilliputians. Officious, bureaucratic, small-minded, geeky little corporate news-swearing tyrants. People you didn't like in high school, the slimy glad hands, always trying to get the popular vote. You know, they were part of student council. They ran for class president. The people you didn't like in high school are the very people running your life into the ground today. You couldn't wait to get away from those people when you were in high school, and now you can't get away from those people today. Just because you don't have to look at them every day doesn't mean that they aren't running your life into the ground. So, good job, you so-called moral majority. You have ignorantly and complacently done nothing and found yourself at the back of the relevancy bus. These weapons that the Department of Homeland Security and these urban tanks that the DHS is now buying is going to be used against the conservative Christians. You're going to come in and tag the herd. If you don't go along, they'll shoot your damn face off. Whatever. I mean, whatever. I mean, this has been going on for 30 years now, people. This has been going on for 30 years. It was covert at first, but now they're just doing it right out in front of your face. I mean, you got drills, you got police state drills being run in every major city across the country. I can list at least a dozen that have happened just in the last couple months. Miami, Tampa, Houston, Dallas, St. Louis, Atlanta, Washington State, Colorado. It goes on and on and on and on and on. So yeah, America is arming itself to the teeth, and cooler heads have not prevailed. The higher-ups in the military know that this, or at least knew, that this was a death sentence, and those people are being liquidated from the ranks of the military. The litmus test is, will you pull triggers on American citizens? And if you say no, you're handed papers of discharge right there on the spot. So let's just see where this goes, huh? Because they're not pulling back at this point. The trigger has been pulled. We are going into full metal panic. This is why I was saying, you're just pew warming. You better rethink your life. If you've been using the church for political capital, you better rethink your life, because that kind of faith isn't going to get you anywhere. It's going to get you dead. If you're just a casual Christian, Christian in name only, Christian by your mother or your grandma. Yeah, I'm a Christian. My grandma used to take me to church every weekend. And you guys out there who you've been hurt by the church, and you've seen the hypocrisy, and you no longer attend. Your secular lifestyle isn't going to get you anywhere, So I'm talking to you people too. I'm talking about you so-called Christians out there who are there saying to yourself, oh, well, I won't be part of that group. I won't be part of Group A or Group B. I'll just sit here in the bar and minister to those people. That ain't going to work either. There's going to be Gestapo agents everywhere. You're going to have to be very, very careful about the friends you make and the things you say to people. You're going to have to self-censor. It'll be too dangerous for you to try to spread the gospel, the real gospel, the real gospel. If you're spouting out the corporate 501c3 gospel that has been approved for public consumption, you'll be okay for a little while. But if you're spreading the real gospel, buddy, watch out. They've got a private torture room set up just for you. Just for you. They know there's a certain percentage of people who are not going to go along with this so-called New World Order. This brave new 1984 order. It's a joke. It's a total joke. I gotta tell you, I was talking to one of my good friends last night, and I said, "Hey, man, what are you gonna do?" He was using one of those little passcodes to get into the building. The little card. And I said, "All right, man, what are you gonna do when they tell you got to put that card inside your body?" And he said a little bit about non-compliance. And I said, that's great, man. What if it means your job? What if it means you cut my throat? I said, all right, that's what I'm talking about. That's faith there. Because that's just, you know, that's mark of the beast stuff, man. That is the mark of the beast. I'm like, you're goddamn right it is.